This newborn leatherback turtle overcame several life-threatening circumstances to get to this point, with even more challenges ahead if it ever decides to return to shore. Leatherback turtles are an endangered species with declining populations, but how did we get here? To find out, we took a trip to Grande Riviere. This small fishing village is one of many on Trinidad's northern coastline, and it boasts one of the highest densities of nesting leatherback turtles in the country. These creatures descend on TNT's shores annually from March through August, finishing their 12,000-kilometer journey from the Canadian Maritimes. Now, you may think the turtle's biggest threat is poaching or coastal erosion with rising sea levels. However, at the peak of the nesting season, the shores of Grande Riviere can see hundreds of leatherback turtles nesting, but out in those seas lie a hidden danger: the fishermen's nets. Nets can span 4 kilometers. The primary target, fish. Unfortunately, there is an unintended consequence called bycatch. This accidental capture of leatherback turtles, according to the Grande Riviere fishermen, creates a dire situation.
We, with our nets, are the main cause for the decline of turtles in this region. Nothing else. Turtle don't die on land. Turtle, when it come ashore here to nest, it don't ever die.
With each of these giants weighing thousands of pounds and entangled nets, it can become dangerous for all involved as the turtle panics.
If you go in a boat, any fisherman boat from Matla to Toko, you sure see a piece of wood or a cutlass. That is to beat the turtle, because it's the only how when the turtle get a lash behind its head, it start to calm down. Some of the blows are dealt so severely the turtle die instantly because it mash up a net.
The fishermen respect these turtles, but for some it can be a devastating financial blow. Here lies the graveyard of damaged boats and nets caused by leatherback turtles to the fishing industry here in Grande Riviere. With large nets costing tens of thousands of dollars, one entangled leatherback turtle can result in no catch, and the affected fishermen may not be able to fund the expensive repair, effectively putting them out of their trade indefinitely.
We tried as much as we to protect them because it's endangered species. So sometimes we have to chop away net for them to live, and distress and distress and more distress. This is thousands to fix back. This is our ball here right now. This, I can't even go in and see right now to get money to start to fix this.
The real number of trapped turtles in these nets is truly astounding, based on the accounts of the Grande Riviere fishermen who have been operating in the area for decades.
If 10 fishermen go off in there and hold 3 turtles, like 30 turtles alone going in one night, and it's not even that. Fisherman is hold 28 turtles, 30 turtles in one night. So you just do that maths. We keep saying Trinidad is tourism and we saving the turtle lies, like lie. Because we licking them up out there, boy. We licking them up.
Fishermen have proposed a solution that would prevent the death of endangered species and bring security for fishermen of Grande Riviere. The caveat: it would require governmental assistance. We'll explore more in part 2 of the Unwanted Catch in tomorrow's newscast. Kalain Hosein, CNC3 News.
We killing them. I'm ashamed to say I'm hiding. We kill turtles in the sea.
We are the destroyers of the leatherback turtle.
Incredible confessions, rooted in wanting to do right and be better for the endangered species. In part 1 of the Unwanted Catch, fishermen explained how leatherback turtles became entangled in their nets, causing them to cut their losses, sometimes costing the turtles their lives. But fishermen in Grande Riviere are aware of the harm that they cause to the leatherback turtles, but they also propose a solution: building a breakwater system in the bay behind me, where it's Zone 4 of the Grande Riviere beach. Little to no nesting of the leatherback turtles have been recorded in this particular section of the beach. A breakwater is a structure constructed to form an artificial harbor to reduce the impact of waves. Similar structures have been built in Tobago. In the case of Grande Riviere, fishermen are proposing to build the system in the far eastern side of the beach, causing minimal disruption to nesting turtles following construction. The benefit of the artificial harbor would eliminate the use of nets, at least for those that operate out of Grande Riviere during the turtle nesting season.
We as fishermen decide by, we could rest our nets and go out there and do line fishing. So by just the 20 so odd fishermen here, died on 20 nets less in the sea to harm the turtles during the turtle season.
Every fisherman we spoke to echoed the call for a breakwater system in Grande Riviere.
A breakwater will help, so you do all the fishing like line fishing, night fishing, switch eyeing, banking. So you have to use the net now. So the breakwater, I believe, will help.
So if we get a breakwater, we could see and we bait. You understand? We done out in the sea already. We could walk palang, you understand? There's a river motor coming and go out here, so we had to deal with that kind of fishing.
A breakwater system may allow for substantially less harm to be done to nesting turtles in the area and benefit the local fishermen. They would be able to avoid costly damage to their nets, and it would also provide security for anchoring their boats. Rough seas on large waves in the Grande Riviere area are commonplace. Because of this, the fishermen would have to bring their boats upstream into the Grande Riviere River to dock, and that causes a host of problems.
You know, to come out of the river daily, you need 7, 8 guys to help push out. To come back in, you need almost the same amount of time, amount of guys to do it. And if you don't have that, you can't go out there.
Remember, here's a rainforest. When the rain fall, the water come down, boats turn over. All here will be full of water. You know? It's a great risk. It's a great risk.
Perhaps the greatest benefit to building a breakwater would be utilizing the never-before-used Grande Riviere fishing facility that has been laid to waste since it was constructed in 2013. Why has the facility fallen into a state of disarray, and will the government even consider building a breakwater system in such an environmentally sensitive area? We'll explore in the third and final installment of the Unwanted Catch in tomorrow's newscast. $3 million. That's how much has gone to waste with a now dilapidated fishing facility in Grande Riviere. Overgrown bushes, stolen doors, and light fixtures. It even has its own squatting residence. Due to rough seas and large waves, fishermen are unable to bring their boats up its slipway and safely access the facility in the far eastern end of the Grande Riviere beach. As a result, it was never used by the fishermen. To access the facility, the fishermen have proposed building a breakwater system. The benefits would also include fishermen putting down their nets for the turtle nesting season, which has been a major killer of leatherback turtles. But can this breakwater system even be built? The chairman of the EMA and the National Sea Turtle Task Force explained,
For a project, therefore, such as a breakwater or any kind of, man-made structure introduced to that area, there will have to be a careful evaluation, assessment of the impacts.
this isn't an outright no, but how would this impact the eastern beach for nesting turtles? One fisherman explained,
In the turtle record, this part of the beach is zone 4. Turtles don't come ashore here. We need a breakwater system in front of there. So as long as we get a breakwater system there and we could park our boats comfortably.
turtle conservationist Len Peters, who recently was recognized by Queen Elizabeth for his decades of conservationist efforts, backed the claim of the fishermen.
Historically, the eastern end of the beach would see the least amount of nesting because of the stony nature and the hydraulic emptying out into the sea.
Both Peters and Nathagian explained that building a breakwater would not be an overnight task, taking years of study on hydrology and its potential impact on coastal erosion and accretion, as there is also the impact of the Grande Riviere River to consider. Conservationists have also reiterated the issue of bycatch is not local to Trinidad and Tobago, and solutions would require all stakeholders to be on board.
I think there has to be a compromise, because if you say, listen, you're going to ban it, then the fishing population of people are going to die, because they can't fly their tree.
In fact, the group Fishermen and Friends of the Sea has sought out the Marine Mammal Stranding Network as one way they can help save the turtles while keeping the fishermen's livelihood in mind.
As a result of your article, we have proposed a meeting to partner with them for green funding to train fishermen on how to avoid the capture of these mammals.
And for those wondering what will become of the fishing facility, the Agriculture Minister and other stakeholders plan on taking a tour of the northeastern fishing facilities to determine what steps can be taken next. This may be the end of the unwanted catch, but certainly not the end of the leatherback turtles, as TNT is dubbed these gentle giants' last hope. Kalain Hosein, CNC3 News.